Hey, Daryl here, and this is my daily devotional. It really concerns my heart when I hear of those who turn their back on their spiritual upbringing. They were taught about the things of the Lord, but when they get older, it just seems they don't need that any longer. Especially those who have made it fame and fortune, like the Katy Perrys of the world, raised in a minister's home. Yet when they're older, they've made it, they just don't need that influence on their life any longer. Joseph, if there was anyone who had a right to turn their back because of hardships, he did not turn his back on the Lord. When Pharaoh asked him, "Can you interpret my dreams?" he said, "No, I cannot interpret your dreams. But God can." And then, when he was placed in that position of authority in Pharaoh's court, he's given charge over all of Egypt. Only Pharaoh was above him as he prepared the country for the famine. And you see Pharaoh giving him a wife. Her name was Asnath. And you'll see that when he was 30 years old, he began having children. And listen to what it says in verse 50. Before the years of famine came, 2 sons were born to Joseph by Asnath, daughter of Potipharah, priest of On. Joseph named his firstborn Manasseh and said, "It is because God has made me forget all my troubles." Remember all the troubles he had with his family, his brothers who threw him in the pit, sold him into slavery? He said, "I name you Manasseh," which means I forgot my troubles from my father's household. Then he had another son, Ephraim, and said, "It is because God has made me fruitful in the land of my suffering." He still gives honor and glory and credit for the success that he has seen in Pharaoh's Egypt. It goes on and says, he took care of Egypt during the 7 years of abundance, and he stored the grain. And then when the 7 years of famine came, they were prepared, as it says in verse 56. When the famine had spread over the whole country, Joseph opened the storehouses and sold grain to the Egyptians, for the famine was severe throughout Egypt. And all the countries came to Egypt to buy grain from Joseph, because the famine was severe in all the world. He's got great authority. He's living in the luxury of Pharaoh's palace. Yet he didn't forget God and still gave God credit for what he was experiencing. Folks, if you forget God, you have forgotten the most valuable being who creates and sustains. Remember, all good things from God. God bless you. Good day.